In the fast-paced world of late-night television, where hosts juggle humor, interviews, and the unpredictable pulse of current events, few moments capture the human side of the industry quite like an unexpected pause. Jimmy Kimmel, the sharp-witted anchor of Jimmy Kimmel Live, has once again found himself stepping back from the spotlight, this time postponing the taping of an entire episode due to a deeply personal matter. This decision, announced just days ago, underscores the delicate balance between public performance and private life that defines the career of one of America's most beloved comedians. Kimmel's show, a staple of ABC's late-night lineup since its inception in 2003, has long been a platform for Kimmel's blend of satire, celebrity banter, and heartfelt commentary. Known for his monologues that fearlessly tackle politics, pop culture, and personal anecdotes, Kimmel has built a reputation as a host who doesn't shy away from vulnerability. Yet, this latest hiatus arrives on the heels of a tumultuous period that tested the resilience of both the show and its host. Less than 2 months prior, Kimmel had only just returned to the airwaves after a brief but intense suspension, a chapter that revealed the high stakes of speaking out in an era of heightened scrutiny and rapid backlash. The Postponed episode, originally slated for November 6, was set to feature a performance by Madison Beer, the 26-year-old singer whose rising star in the music industry has made her a sought-after guest. Beer's confirmation of the rescheduling came swiftly via her Instagram story, where she addressed fans with a mix of disappointment and optimism. Due to unforeseen circumstances, she wrote, tagging the show's official account, Jimmy Kimmel needed to reschedule my performance that was originally scheduled to air tonight to a later date. She followed up with reassurance, promising, I'll share more details on timing when I can. I can't wait for you all to see it. This message not only highlighted Beer's professionalism but also served as a gentle reminder of how interconnected the entertainment world is. Delays in one corner ripple outward, affecting artists, crews, and audiences alike. For Kimmel, the personal matter remains shrouded in privacy, a deliberate choice that speaks volumes about his approach to fame. In an industry where oversharing can border on spectacle, Kimmel's restraint invites speculation while respecting boundaries. News has confirmed the details, noting that the host is navigating something profoundly personal, though specifics have not been disclosed. This opacity is perhaps a lesson learned from past experiences, where personal disclosures, such as Kimmel's emotional revelations about his son's health struggles in 2017, have humanized him but also amplified public empathy to overwhelming degrees. To fully appreciate the weight of this postponement, one must rewind to the events of early September, when Kimmel's world tilted on its axis. During his monologue on September 15, following the tragic shooting of right-wing influencer Charlie Kirk, Kimmel made comments that sparked immediate controversy. The remarks, intended as pointed satire on the divisiveness of political discourse, were perceived by some as insensitive to the gravity of the loss. Within hours, the backlash swelled, leading to calls for accountability from viewers, media watchdogs, and even regulatory bodies. The Federal Communications Commission, under Chair Brendan Carr, weighed in, pressuring ABC to address the ill-timed content. ABC's response was swift and decisive, an indefinite suspension of Kimmel from the show. The network cited a need to reflect on the impact of our programming, a euphemism for the corporate calculus of balancing free speech with advertiser concerns and public sentiment. For 6 days, Jimmy Kimmel Live aired reruns, a stark contrast to its usual live energy. The void left by Kimmel's absence was palpable. Guest hosts and pre-recorded segments couldn't replicate the alchemy of his on-stage presence. Fans rallied online, launching petitions and social media campaigns with hashtags like #BringBackKimmel and #ComedyIsNotACrime, arguing that the suspension stifled the very essence of late-night TV, unfiltered commentary. Kimmel's return on September 22 was nothing short of a masterclass in accountability and grace. Opening with an emotional monologue, he addressed the elephant in the room head-on, his voice cracking under the weight of sincerity. It was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man, he confessed, tears welling as he gripped the edge of his desk. I don't think there's anything funny about it. This admission set the tone for a broader reflection, where Kimmel unpacked the nuances of his original intent. He explained that his point had been to critique the toxic undercurrents of online radicalization, not to trivialize tragedy. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, he elaborated, acknowledging the pitfalls of live television where timing and tone can blur in the heat of delivery. Yet, Kimmel didn't stop at self-reflection. He turned the mirror outward, expressing frustration with ABC's initial decision to suspend him. I told them that, and we had many conversations, he revealed, hinting at tense negotiations behind closed doors. Ultimately, the network relented, allowing his return, a victory for artistic freedom, albeit a Pyrrhic one. Kimmel quipped about his place in the vast Disney empire, saying, "We have short attention spans and I am a tiny part of the Disney Corporation. They welcomed me back on the air and I thank them for that." This blend of humor and humility diffused the tension, reminding viewers why they tune in, for a host who can laugh at the absurdities of power structures, including his own. Gratitude flowed freely in that return episode, as Kimmel extended thanks to an eclectic chorus of supporters. "I've heard from all the people over in the world over the last 6 days, everyone I have ever met has reached out 10 or 11 times, he joked, lightening the mood before diving deeper. He singled out fans who mobilized on his behalf, writing letters and amplifying voices in a digital age often defined by fleeting outrage. "I also want to thank all of you who supported our show, cared enough to do something about it, to make your voices heard so that mine could be heard. I will never forget it." This sentiment extended even to detractors, a nod to the democratic ideal of free expression. "Maybe most of all, I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe but support my right to share those beliefs anyway.